in order to raise money for charity. So tonight's charity, we are focusing on the Alex Brady Linard Foundation. So it is my absolute honor and pleasure to introduce Brady and Debbie Linard to come on up. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Why don't you guys let us know a little bit about Alex and about the foundation that you started in his honor?
Okay, so are you talking this evening? Okay. This whole thing is about our son that we tragically lost 4.5 years ago in a wrong-way drunk driver accident. But he was pretty special. Hang on, I'm not going to go there. Kinda. But anyhow, we want to thank each and every one of you and all the sponsors for your donations and your help, because we do a lot of good things with his foundation as far as helping cause for canines, feeding the homeless, putting backpacks on kids, all kinds of stuff. Anything that was near and dear to him. So, you sure you don't want to say anything?
I did the last one.
Okay, so we're going to move along, so we want to keep the show going. And this is beautiful because it's so bright I can't see a damn thing. I mean, you guys are all so beautiful. And I'll tell you what, maybe it is the lights, because some of my friends that aren't so beautiful, Bill Briggs, Frenchie, you all look beautiful, so thank you all for coming. So we're going to wrap it up. I usually tell a little story, and this one is about my new buddy, Patrick, that I met. Patrick, stand up and let him have a look at you. Look at that whippersnapper. Well, I overheard Patrick. He went into the pharmacy, and he went up to the pharmacist. The pharmacist said, "Can I help you?" Patrick said, "Well, I'll tell you what. I've been dating this girl. You know, we've been out a few times, and she is smoking hot, and she is all about me." And the pharmacist is looking at him like, "Okay." And he goes, "So I need to get some condoms." He said, "I'm going to her dinner, or to her family this evening for dinner. I've not met the family, haven't met the parents or anything. But I'm pretty certain after we go out after this dinner, I'm going to have my way because she is all over me." And God love this pharmacist. He's just looking at him going, "Okay, good for you, good for you." So fast forward, Patrick goes over to the house. He walks in. He sees the family, sits down for dinner. He leans over his girlfriend and said, "I want to say grace tonight." She's like, "Really?" Okay. So Patrick went on for 2 or 3 minutes. It was serious grace. She leaned over to him and she goes, "You didn't tell me you were so religious." And he looked back and said, "You didn't tell me your dad was a pharmacist." So, that's the best I've got. But one last thing. 2 days ago would have been Alex's 28th birthday. So this is group participation. I'm going to ask you all to sing happy birthday to Alex. Bill Briggs, lead us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you both so much. If you guys want to look into the foundation or want to donate, on the side in the pamphlet, there is a QR code. Feel free to scan that. You can learn more about it and donate from there. So now, who's ready for some laughs? Let's get this show started. Thank you guys. Enjoy.
All right, that was good. I'm going to bring up the host for this evening. This gentleman has brought laughter to clubs. Please give a warm welcome to the great and powerful Mike Baker!
Mike Baker, everybody. Guys, Mike Baker wants to introduce you to, or welcome you rather, to the 10th edition of the Last Realtor Standing. It's our biggest show yet. Literally our biggest show yet. Yeah, so usually we try and cap it at like 4:10. We're more like 4:30 tonight, but do not tell any fire marshals or anyone like that. Our biggest show, but we've got 4 amazing contestants, guys. 4 realtors that have given up their time, given up their, they're really putting a lot on the line to get up here. I know that everyone here is going to treat them with all the love and respect that they can get. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. So, and on that, but how many people have been to Last Realtor Standing before? How many first-timers do we have? That's impressive. Because we've got a few champs in the room, too many to count. But I see Bill Briggs is right here in front of me. Is there a Mike Bardash in the room? Yep. Max Morfdust, he's also in the room. Max. Yeah. So, but here's the thing about tonight, guys. 2 contestants have never been to this show. Ever. They've never even been here. I don't think they've even been in this room. But now they've been in this room. Like, on a stage that Louis C.K. and Dave Chappelle and Bill Briggs have been on. So with that being said, guys, look, the Last Realtor Standing, brief history, 10 years, this is our 10th show. I started this in 2015, wanted to put together something where we bring these big personality agents up here to, learn 3 to 5 minutes of stand-up material. We've given to the Women's Council of Realtors. We've donated money to raise money for the Olentangy schools. We can applaud for all these things. Let's go back to Women's Council of Realtors. The Columbus Foundation. Mm-hmm. And at the moment, like my one that's near and dear is the one that we do every fall that we're doing here tonight for the Alex Brady Linard Foundation. So guys, look, we collectively are in an industry of ups and downs. Business goes this way, that goes that way. It's been crazy, especially if you're, title or realtors, but if you're lenders, the ups are your rates and the downs are your business, But yeah. But look, yeah, you're welcome. Got a lender over here. No, but that being said, look, we all collectively here in the Columbus real estate community, it's stressful. We're in a stressful, environment where it's very competitive. It's very, there's just a lot, of whatever. I love the fact that we can all come here to the Funny Bone tonight and laugh. And so, that being said, who's ready to do that? Let's go. So, guys. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to my wife, Shelly Barker. Thank you to my partner, Jim Folieris. Shelly and Jim, they put up with all kinds of fun stuff with me planning this, and I'm distracted, but I love doing it, and they put up with it. Thank you to Kristen Nestor, she's walking around taking photos. Let's hear it for Kristen Nestor. Of course, Sarah Miller, who was able to wrangle up all of our sponsors. All here in support, and of course, Debbie and Brady. Okay, now I'm going to announce our host, but I'm going to tell, I swear to God, Brady, I swear to God, it'll be like a 10-second story. Brady always makes fun of how long I talk for. So when I started doing, yeah, correct, forever. Okay, so I want to bring up our host right now, but this is his 9th time doing this show, and the first time he did it was in 2016. And I created a show where, believe it or not, I'm doing okay at the moment, but I created a show where I don't like talking in front of people. I wanted to create an environment where other people talked in front of people. I just wanted to, kind of bring people together and whatever. But then they're like, well, Barker, you got to go up there and announce. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that. But here I am. So I went up there to announce our host. And I literally walked up onto this very stage. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, our host, Dino Tripodis. And I walked off. And I was like, I did it. Yes. Nailed it. Yeah, right? And so I was like, you're up here, you're nervous, and blah, 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 blah. And I got off, and I stood next to one of my comedian friends, and I was like, yes. I was like, yes. Done, did it, boom, nailed it. Dino gets up here, and he's like, thank you, Guy. He didn't know my name. He didn't know my name was Mike Baker. He said, thank you, Guy, for the best introduction ever. And I'm over there, like, literally, like, and I said to my comedian buddy, I go, was that really the best ever? And my comedian buddy just looking down, he goes. So I try and make it better. I try and get better with this. So ladies and gentlemen, I want everyone to put their hands together for he runs an award-winning podcast called Whiskey Business. Look it up. It's amazing. 3-time award-winning podcast. He's our host every morning on Sunday 95. So wherever radios are heard, you can hear him. I want everyone to put their hands together right now. Come on. For Mr. Dino Tripodis.
One more time for Mike Booker, everybody. Mike Booker. Mike Barker. Give it up for Mike Barker. Oh, welcome to Last Realtor Standing, the show where realtors dream of being comedians and hope to never sell homes again, and comics dream of having a home without 2 37-year-old roommates. I want to thank you for allowing me to be your host once again. It's been a long journey, folks, and I've learned a lot about your business in these last 48 shows that we've done together. And I'll hearken to the past. I learned that if the city appraises my house at $350,000, pretty good. But the Zillow's estimate puts it at $1.5 million. Awesome. I've been with you through historically low mortgage rates, where people were just going crazy buying houses. And I'm with you now when the rates are up to a cringing 6 or 7%. Oh my God, sack up, goddammit. I bought my first house in 1981 at 17.5%. The mob was offering 16%. But if you were late with a payment, the penalties were a little more severe. Why you guys digging a hole in my backyard? Oh, that's not a hole, that's a pool for you. Why don't you get inside and see if it's deep enough? And I've been with you when the market went, like I said, when the market went completely crazy. And people, like I said, it got very, very tight and aggressive. It was hard to find a house. Yeah, the market got super, super tight. And especially in my neighborhood in Clintonville. I mean, a house would go up for sale, and a week later, sold. Just like that. And I saw that everywhere for months upon months. And I'd see the sold sign, and I'd see the cute little passive-aggressive signs that went right above sold. You know what I'm talking about. Sold. Sorry you missed it. Sold. This could have been yours. Sold. Maybe next time. And as the market got tighter and tighter, those little messages got a little more aggressive, not so passive. I saw one just last week in my neighborhood. Sign said, sold, and suck it. Ain't your house, bitch, is it? How many shows, Barker? 9? This is my 10th? This is my 10th show. I've shared a lot with you people over the years. I just recently celebrated my my half birthday. Yeah, I'm at the age now where I'm taking the half year. Not really sure if I'm going to make it year to year at this point. So October 21st, I was 63 and a half years old. Yeah. Which means in April 21st, I'll be freaking 64 years old. Oh my God. I can't believe, you know, and for the most part, I'm keeping it together as best I can. I'm a little grayer. I'm a little fatter from the pandemic. I need to lose 25, 30 pounds, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not trying. Here's a medical tip for you. Eating half of a large pizza instead of a whole large pizza is not a fucking diet. Why don't you get a cauliflower crust? That'd be way healthier. Why don't you shut your pizza pie hole? You know what cauliflower is a good replacement for? Fucking cauliflower. Or maybe broccoli. And if you put cheddar cheese on both of those and melt it, I'll eat the shit out of both of them. I don't see marriage in my future. I don't as I get older. I mean, I've done it. I did it when I was young. I got married when I was 21 years of age. I was married for 5.5 years. Got divorced. Haven't been married since. Hear it from women all the time. What's the matter? Can't you make a commitment? I'm like, I've been divorced for over 35 years. I think that's one hell of a commitment. Thank you very much. But I accidentally came across the secret to how to tell if a married couple are happy together. Found it out just last week. I was at an event, and I saw an old friend of mine. I hadn't seen her like in, 10, 12 years. And I said, so what's going on with you? What's happened? She goes, oh my God, I got married. I go, that's great. She goes, you got to meet him. And she drags me over and she goes, this is Paul. And she's next to Paul and she's got her arm around Paul and they're glued together, so happy, and they're looking at each other. And I go, wow, great, congratulations. How long have you two been married? And they both looked at each other and just kind of gazed and chuckled and looked at it like, there's no time limit on our marital bliss. We don't know. Happy couple. Yeah, ask an unhappy couple, so how long you two been married? 9 years. And then she'll chime in, 9.5, asshole. And I'm like, well, who's counting? Fuck, we're counting. Marking the X's on the wall like we're in a prison, waiting to find out when we can bust the fuck out of this joint. I mean, no relationship is perfect. Arguments are good. There's someone laughing really hard who just got out of the prison. I had a huge argument with my girlfriend, and she ended it with this. She says, you're going to die alone, surrounded by your precious bourbon collection and your Cuban cigars. And I hey, quit teasing. Am I playing video poker online? Because that would be awesome. In fact, you're kind of turning me on right now, to be honest with you. Turning me on. Okay, there's more truth right there. Let's be honest. Yeah. I've slowed down as I'm approaching 64, sexually speaking. I don't mind admitting it. I'm happy to say I do not suffer from erectile dysfunction. What I have is erectile disinterest. I got to take off my clothes. I mean, seriously, if she says to me, I can take you upstairs right now and rock your world. Or I can make you a sandwich. And I'll be like, what's on the sandwich? Because let's be honest, I'm going to enjoy one of them longer than the other. I accidentally went down memory lane the other day. I found condoms in my sock drawer. The operative word being here, found. I don't use them. I can't remember the last time. These condoms, I swear to God, until this time in my life, I did not know that condoms had an expiration date on them. Because I remember using them in my 30s, man, yeah. I mean, I was buying them like by the carton, like cigarettes. Just ripping them on and ripping them off like surgeon's gloves with a busy ER. Next! Now, not so much. Yeah, I mean, what am I worried about now at 63? I don't think I'm gonna get anybody pregnant. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think my guys are the varsity swimmers that they once were. All right? Back in my 30s, yeah. Let's be honest, 30s, super sperm. Yeah, shooting out little capes, big S on their, I don't know, chest, I don't know what a spest, whatever, yeah. I remember actually breaking condoms in my 30s. Yeah, why? Super sperm. What is that, latex? Boom. Now, yeah, now they've gone from swimmers to like old Jewish shuffleboard players. I think when that happens, there's just two of them that come out, just two. Two old Jewish little sperm to come out and go, what are we doing outside? What the hell's going on over here? You want us to do what? Go where? All the way up there? I don't think so, Bubby. I don't think so. Yeah. It's okay. I don't need any more children. I want grandchildren. I'll leave you with this. I have a daughter from my first and only marriage, and she lives with her boyfriend in New York City. Love the kid, really do. I do. And I just recently found out that they are engaged to be married. Yay. Yeah, I'm very excited. Well, I'm excited to share that, but apparently when my daughter told me, I didn't react excited enough. Because she said to me, she goes, Pa, are you not excited that I'm engaged? And I go, baby girl, of course I am. It's just that when you told me, I got a little emotional. It hit me like a ton of bricks because I started flashing back to your child from the day you were born to the day you just told me right now that you're engaged. And I got a little bittersweet, sad, and happy all at the same time. So I'm sorry if I didn't react the way you wanted me to, but I'm very, very happy for you. Because then I also remembered an article that I read in a psychology magazine that says that when daughters marry for the first time, they unconsciously pick someone that reminds them of their father. Yeah, great. Can look forward to my future son-in-law being a heavy drinking, compulsive gambling ass with intimacy issues. Yeah, flip side of the coin, marriage doesn't work out. Look, I got a new buddy. Are you guys ready for some show? A pleasure to be back. And a pleasure to be hosting once again. You know the drill. Those of you who have been here before, we've got great comedy mentors that have taken the responsibility of training and working with Realtors to do stand-up this evening. At the end of the night, you will vote on those people. We will go by audience applause and pick yet another grand champion for this evening. Let me just say this. The simple fact that these realtors have taken the time to work and do this, which is a very frightening thing to be up on stage. Trust me, I still get scared before I come up here and talk to you people. It's that 10 times that for the young comedians that are coming up here. And also a big thank you to all the comedy mentors who gave their time and their efforts to help everybody tonight. So without further ado, you ready to start it? For those of you here for the first time, I will introduce your comedy mentor, and then he will introduce your comedy realtor. So everybody, get the chit-chat back down to a nice little level because I need all your focus up here. All right, our first comedy realtor is going to be Kristi Woolard, and her comedy mentor is Henry Allen.
Dino Tripodis, everyone. Give him a round of applause. Guys are excited to be here. Everyone dressed nice. You wore your best teal trucker hat. That's dope. Nice. Good for you. Very exciting time. The first realtor you guys are going to see, you guys maybe have seen her on Cleveland Avenue showing houses last week. Might know her from selling places in Newark, Ohio. Please make a lot of noise for the 2022 Licking County Realtor of the Year, Kristi Woolard, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, everyone. My name's Kristi Woolard, and I know what you're all thinking right now. This lady is a Karen. I am one spiky haircut and one big gulp drink away from asking to speak to the manager. I get it. There is nothing worse than a loud, demanding, rude, crazy middle-aged woman. We all know the woman whose kid has to get a trophy no matter what, right? Why? They suck. You know what I used to tell my kids when they would lose in sports? Hey guys, you suck. Now, I've never been a Karen, but I have always been a Kristi, which turns out to be just a bit more aggressive. So like everyone, I have buttons. Don't push my buttons. My first button is don't cuss in my face. So I went to a bachelorette party, and this guy mistakes me for someone, and he comes right up to me and he goes, "Hey, F you!" So I give it right back to him. All my friends start laughing. They think we know each other. Then this guy reaches for some fries on my plate. So I take my fork and I stab him right in the hand. He says, "Easy, bimbo." I'm like, "Bimbo? I've heard better insults from children." Where'd you get that line out anyway, Laverne and Shirley? And then I pick up a whole handful of fries and throw them right in his face. Oh yeah, I did. So by now, my friends realize I do not know this guy, which I just stabbed the guy. So the crazy thing is, wouldn't that be a dead giveaway, right? So now the waitress comes over, she grabs a hold of the guy, I grab a hold of another fork, because it's funny by now, and I'm like, "Welcome to Chili's!" Ah! They escort him out. We get a free meal, which is crazy because I stabbed that guy. So my next button is, don't mess with my kids. Yes. So one time a friend and I took our kids to McDonald's Playland. Yeah, in the Playland there was one family, mom, dad, 2 kids. There was a birthday party going on in the glass room in the Playland. So my friend takes the kids back in there. I get the food. I go back into the Playland, sit down. My friend says, "We have a situation." I'm like, "How can we? We haven't even been here 5 minutes." So about this time, the dad from the one and only table behind us comes over to our table and sticks his finger right in my 7-year-old's face and screams the F-bomb. Well, that did it. I jump up, chair flies back. I'm right in this guy's face. I mean, I am so close. I could have kissed him if I'd have just puckered up. So now he starts backing up. So every time he takes a step back, I take a step forward. Kind of like seeing a drum line. And now I call him trash. So he definitely knows he messed with the wrong mom, and he's lucky I didn't have a fork. So his wife jumps up. She goes, "Who are you calling trash?" I said, "You, Trashy Tracy. You want me to read a book to your kids? Because I'm sure you've never done that." Oh, yeah. She goes, "I'm going to go get the manager." I said, "Good idea. Do you think I'm scared of a 16-year-old? Ooh, what are they going to do? Come arrest me? Is that what's going to happen?" So out she goes to get the manager. The manager throws her out. So now I look over at my friend and my kids, and they are traumatized. Mouth wide open, they're in shock. Then I look at the birthday party. Well, they're all lined up in there like this, looking through the glass, and they've been watching this whole thing. Okay, now I feel terrible, right? So I'm like, I ruined the birthday party. I really messed everything up. I'm going to have to go in there and apologize. So I go into the birthday room to apologize, and they give me a big round of applause. The birthday kid says, "Wow, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Can you come do my next birthday party?" I said, "Sure, kid. Here's my card. I will see you next year." So then I go out, back to my table, and calmly sit down and just start eating my food like a crazy person. So I look at my own 2 kids, and I say, "Don't tell your dad." And they're like, "Okay." Until we get home, and they immediately go running in, and they're like, "Dad, Mom's a thug." Well, hey, I may be crazy, but I'm not a Karen. My name is Kristi Woolard. Thank you, and please don't cuss in my face.
Kristi Woolard, everyone. Let her hear right there. All right, my turn now. My name is Henry. Hello. Okay, it's not a class of children. All right, you don't have to say it back, but that's fine too. I'm just curious. A round of applause. Did anyone in here get COVID? Anyone have it? Round of applause. Okay. Like I just clap like this. He needs help. I'm curious. A round of applause. Does anyone have it right now, currently? Please leave then, okay? And then my last question is, does anyone, round of applause, does anyone think it's not real still? Also leave, because you're stupid as shit. So look at that. Turn in your real estate license at the door, because you can't read. One of my friends thought he couldn't get it. He thought it wasn't real. He was like, "Dude, I was in Miami. There were no masks anywhere. We were in the club. I was like, if I don't get it here, I'm not getting it." I was like, "Did you get it?" He was like, "Oh yeah, real bad." I still can't taste, actually, so. Just be safe with whatever you do, because who knows what's going to happen, right? Are we going to go into another lockdown? Probably not. Are we going to get another stimulus? I fucking hope so. That'd be sick. That first $1,200 changed my life, everyone. Do you realize that? I'll never forget it. I woke up that morning, looked at my bank account, was like, "Oh my gosh, I have $1,100. I think I'm rich." This is going okay. My girlfriend's worried we're going to go into another lockdown, like really, really worried. She's like, between Russia and gas prices and Will Smith, who knows what's going to happen? We were at Kroger the other day checking out, and she was like, "We should get cash back." I was like, "Why?" She was like, "Because you don't know what's going to happen. The banks are going to close. The economy's crumbling. We're going to need cash so I can get us out of the country." I was like, "Since when am I dating Liam Neeson?" Oh, the same girl that can't put air in her tires is going to smuggle me across the border like a coyote? I doubt that. She was like, you don't know what you're talking about. She got out $40. $40? Well, all our problems are solved. How's that going down in her head? Oh my gosh, there's no clean drinking water or electricity. Quick, grab the emergency 20s. We're heading to Mexico. $40 is enough money and gas to get you to Chillicothe, Ohio. I'm not trying to break down during the apocalypse in Chillicothe, Ohio. I got a real pretty mouth in Chillicothe, Ohio. All right. This is still just going okay. My girlfriend wants a baby too, which is scary because what I told you about her, you know? I think she'd be a good mom, though. I do, because she's calm and she works in a school. She understands kids. She's level-headed. She's relaxed until she's driving a car, and then she throws all that out the window and wears one specific crown that reads psycho. Her road rage is crazy. She just loves flipping people off. She's like, fuck you, and all that one was my bad. No, it wasn't. Surprise. Fuck you. And she gets mad for dumb reasons, too. She's like, oh, look at this guy. What's he going to do? Stop? Let me guess you're going to stop. Are you going to stop again? I'm like, that's a school bus. So you work in a school. Her as a mom, she'd be good. Me as a dad, I don't know. I don't even really know where to start with kids, but I'm pretty sure, go with me on this, pretty sure you got to hit them, right? Not hard and a lot, but early on so they know it's on the table, you know? I'll have a conversation with my future son. I'll be like, hey, Will Smith. My son's going to be named Will Smith. I don't care. Fresh Prince was sick. I'm like, hey, Will Smith, get your pajamas on. Go to bed. He's going to be my son, so he's going to be like, so he'd be like, slap! Get your pajamas on. Go to bed. I love you. Problem solved. He'll probably be a surgeon or something. I have several sisters. One of my sisters has 2 sons. She spanked them. They're amazing. They sit, they stay, they listen. I support all that. I have another sister. She has 3 sons. She never spanked them once because she's a psychology major and knows better than you. And her kids fucking suck. They're bad. They're awful. They call me Grumple Henry because they think I'm a grumpy uncle. Well, I call them little shitbags because they're the worst. Just this past Christmas, the youngest is 7 years old. He's throwing a tantrum because he wants to open up all his presents. He's like, give him my presents and fuck yeah. And his dad takes this as a learning moment. He gets down on one knee and he says, son, you can't say that on Christmas. And his son reaches back and slapped his dad across the face. If my son bitch slaps me on Christmas, we have problems. First off, when he gets here, I'd probably just chop him in the throat real quick. Pop! He'd be like, He'll still throw the slap. He's wild. He's 7. He's untrained. He doesn't know any better. I'd catch his wrist, twist it up, walk him in a circle like a farm animal. I'm from the country. I know how to do it. He's like, no. I'm like, oh, no. Chop block and bring him down a little bit. Oh, you want to open up all your presents? Well, new Christmas tradition called burn all your presents in the backyard. That might have been too much, I'll be honest. But I don't know. You know, my dad was extreme. My mom punished me one time, that's it. And that's because I punched my sister and then I threw up on the ground. If my son ever punches his sister, then throws up on the ground, I'm going to hose him down in the backyard. I'm going to be like, Will Smith, get your trunks on. Actually, first, apologize to your sister. Lil Wayne, come down here. Wheezy, baby, it's all right. Don't worry. This is going better now. I just bought a house recently, which is pretty exciting. Not from you guys, but that's okay. And I noticed when I was signing for the papers, because I'm not like a drug dealer and can't just be like, here's cash, you know. I noticed that if I make my payments every single month on time, my last payment will be in the year 2051. That's a real year. I almost threw up. I was like, bah. 2051, there's a movie called Blade Runner 2049, right? And that movie's about this like robot-human hybrid kind of thing. He's handsome as hell. He flies around looking for other robots and he kills those robots. When that happens, I'll have 2 more years left of paying my mortgage. There's gonna be robots flying around. I'm gonna be in a US bank like, do you guys take checks here? The worst show I've ever done, though, was in a place called Portsmouth, Ohio. Is anybody here from Portsmouth? You're not going to like this next joke if you are, so. I got a phone call once. They're like, hey, Henry, we have this big festival once a year. We're going to have this country music singer come. We're expecting 10,000 people to be at this show. We want you to do like 15 minutes of stand-up, warm the crowd up. I was like, cool. They were like, just make sure all your jokes are clean. Fine. Oh, you're going to love this one. You also part otter? That was crazy. So they're like, make sure all your jokes are clean. I'm like, cool. So I look up some stuff about Portsmouth, and the very first thing I find was a segment on the news titled Hillbilly Heroin. So I was like, oh, shit, you know? This could be hard, but that's fine. So at the show, I told a joke about a streaker at a football game. I was like, where do you tackle the naked guy, right? You can't go low on him or from underneath or what are you going to grab onto? And I'd flip the microphone upside down and be like, it's in my mouth. No, somebody. It was hilarious, don't worry. And some guy there got very upset. He stood up. He was in the 3rd row wearing no shirt. Basically the definition of Duck Dynasty. You guys remember that show? If you don't, just picture anyone that stormed the Capitol, all right? And this guy yelled at me. He was like, hey, man, I got kids out here. But he was like so white trash that it was like, hey, man, I got And I was like, dude, you're going to be mad about that joke. That joke isn't even bad. And this guy loses his mind. And he yells to me, when you get off stage, I'm going to kick your ass. Now, I started stand-up when I was pretty young, and I was always told by other comedians that if you have a heckler, you have somebody yell something at you, you try to say something back to him. So I, very calm, cool, and collected, said, sir, let's not do anything you're going to regret. You're probably just drunk off your first of the month check. Which I thought was a good one, you know? Until I realized that everyone there was drunk off their first of the month check. My name is Henry Allen. One more time for Kristi Woolard. And welcome back to the stage, Dino Tripodis.
So good. Henry Allen. One more time for Henry Allen. And Kristi Woolard. Yeah, she was first. It's tough. We're going to keep things moving right along this evening and bring up your second competitor and your second comedy mentor. So let's bring up the comedy mentor first, who will be introducing Ginson Speich. Let's give a nice warm welcome for Dan Seabree. Dan Seabree.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Okay, sick. Right, you might be able to tell by looking at me, I don't spend a whole lot of time with people that own property. And so, this last month working with Ginson has been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot about tax codes and things like that, and he's learned a lot about how to be funny and what not to say at work and stuff like that. So, and I don't want to waste any time because I'm super excited to just see him perform. So please make a bunch of noise for your next realtor, Ginson Speich!
Holy shit, we're here. We're really doing this, huh? I have no clue how we got here. I feel like I was pressured into this, so here we go. Well, greetings, everyone. You're here to see a train wreck. I was still writing jokes as of 5 a.m. this morning, so here we go. But my name is Ginson Speich. My pronouns are guy, dude, and bro. And sometimes my kids call me bruh. And tonight I will be identifying as a stand-up comedian. So they gave us some rules when we got up here. They said, we'd like you guys to keep it corporate clean. And anybody that knows me knows that's probably not going to happen. But when I think of corporate clean or clean comedians, who do you guys think of? Bill Cosby, that's right. Well, guess what, folks? We already have one Cosby here, so he'll be introducing Josh later. So I'm not going to make any Cosby jokes. It's probably not the way to start off a charity event. But you might want to watch your drinks, ladies. Speaking of drinks, who's doing Sober October? Yeah, that's what I thought. You realtors are a bunch of drunk motherfuckers. So, yeah. I feel like being an alcoholic is almost a requirement for being a realtor. You know, what other profession is it acceptable to be drunk at 11:30 a.m. on a Tuesday? But it was a golf outing. All right, 9:30. But, and I think we just experienced this, but no bar is ever ready for you guys to show up. I mean, when we walk into a bar or any establishment after any kind of realtor outing, the bartender and the staff look like the guy from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where he's like, oh, and his face just starts melting. Like, they are just not ready for us. It's something of biblical proportions where instead of locust, you just say, the realtors descended on the bar and devoured everything, good and evil. And Mark Janes from Rapid Mortgage picked up the tab. Thank you, Mark. We appreciate you. So, I've been guilty of showing up at the office drunk. In fact, recently, my office manager, Dela, called me into the office and said, Ginson, we really care about you. We feel like you're a high-functioning alcoholic. I said, how the fuck did you know I was also high? Comedy. So I read on the internet where, I think we all get our information from the internet. It's no surprise. That in the month of October, every time you yawn, a ghost sticks its penis in your mouth. So it's really changed the way we've operated at our house lately. I've been going to bed at 7:30 every night. My wife has broken out the COVID masks again, because we know she's not having that shit. I feel like I'm a good father, so I've been putting cocaine on my daughter's Cheerios every morning. Yesterday, she outran the bus to school. And I walked by my son's room the other day, and I caught him in there just alone yawning, and I went in and I hugged him, and I said, it's okay, buddy, I still love you. Yeah. Well, speaking of ghosts, do ghosts have sex? How do you know if they're finished? Aren't they always rocking the O-face? Ooh, ooh, ooh. And what happens if a ghost has performance anxiety? Like, who are you going to call? And I don't think Ghostbusters are doing it. I think they might need a little boo pill. That was a dad joke. However, my wife says that's not a dad joke because you have to be able to tell the joke to the kids and they won't get it. So, but Halloween's Monday, and I love you ladies. You really kill it with Halloween. You always bring out the sexy costumes. You've got, the sexy cop, the sexy nurse, the naughty schoolgirl. Am I getting played off here? Jesus Christ. Wow. I didn't even get to tell my abortion jokes. Jesus. All right.
Ginson Speich, everybody. Keep it going for him.
Comedy.
Dog, I knew he was going to showboat. I saw that shit coming from a mile away. I knew. I was like, he's going to go over, he's going to dance, and he did both. Hell yeah. Give it up one more time for Ginson, everybody. Hell yeah, that was sick. Yo, my name's Dan. I'm super excited to be here because the last show I did was in Kentucky. And my dad's side of the family, they all live in Kentucky, so I always visit my uncle whenever I'm there. And I hung out with him, and he said this shit, which blew my mind. He was like, Dan, so happy you're down in Kentucky, because I don't know if you know this, Kentucky is the state where a little bit of heaven spilled over. Yeah, what a shit-ass ad for heaven that is. Are you kidding me? If heaven is anything like Kentucky, I'm getting unbaptized tonight. Fuck that. All I gotta do is watch like one Lil Nas X video, and I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it. Can you imagine how disappointed you'd be if you went to church every Sunday, you read the Bible every single day, then you die and get to heaven, and the first thing you see is a giant holy water tower that's like, heaven, y'all! Like, nah, dude, send me back. I got a couple more rules to break. I'm not coming back. Like this. Right on. I moved to Columbus about 3 years ago. Yeah, I don't care either. Nah, I like living in Columbus. I think my favorite part about living in Columbus is you can tell people you went to Ohio State, and they just believe you. It's crazy. I saved so much money from lying. You guys should totally try. Did you go to college? Yeah, did you pay for it? Yeah, fucking goon. Blew it. Oh, man. You guys be like, I did really good. They didn't even, I got through college so fast they couldn't even give me a paper. That's what I was in and out the door in 30 minutes. Because I'll tell people all the time, like, oh yeah, I graduated summa cum loudly or whatever, and people are like, that rips. They'd be like, wait, what'd you major in? I'm like, dirt. And they're like, wait, you mean agriculture, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I meant, for sure. I do love Ohio State, though, for two reasons. I didn't go there, and I'm not a fan of their sports teams, but I love Ohio State for shut up. I love Ohio State for two reasons, and two reasons only. Number one, I buy weed from someone that teaches there, which feels like, shut up. No one cares about Ohio State. God damn. Shut up. You're not even in Columbus. You're in Easton. Zip it. Nah, but dude, one time I was hanging out with this dude. He was selling me weed, and he was smoking a blunt, and he hits it, and he goes, Dan, I got to tell you, I'm having a really good week. I was like, cool. Tell me, why is your week so good? He was like, I got some big news. I just got my learner's permit. Shut the fuck up. Are you kidding me? It should be illegal to teach if you don't know how to drive. Are you kidding me? If I was a student, I absolutely would not be able to take him seriously knowing that information. Like if he was like, oh, Dan, your dissertation sucked, or I didn't finish college. I'm not really sure what they say if you do bad. But like, oh, man, your paper sucks. I'd be like, oh, man, bummer. You still need to ride home, though, after this? What's your move? The other reason I love Ohio State is the mascot, the Buckeye, dumb as hell. I love it. It's awesome. Because it doesn't make sense with the rest of the Big 12, right? Because it's like, we got the Spartans, we got the Wolverine, whatever it is. You guys are so hung up on Ohio State, you can't even process comedy right now, and it's driving me crazy. You're going to win like 11 games anyway. It doesn't matter. It's the most whatever, forget it. Dude, I love social media. I think my favorite one is Instagram. I love it because they'll post videos, pictures. If you guys don't, you should follow the band Smash Mouth on Instagram. It is awesome. I was on their page like a couple weeks ago, and they had a video posted, and the lead singer of Smash Mouth, he's singing that song, All-Star. You know how it goes? Like, hey, now, you're an all-star. We've all seen Shrek. We know that song. It rules, right? So he's doing this song. He's singing the song, and then in the middle of the song, he says this. After this show, I'm going to retire. I hate this. I was like, that's a weird time to bring it up in the middle of your work shift, but that's cool. I should be so lucky. And then he said this, which blew my mind. He was like, if I could suck my own dick, I'd never leave the house. Which I don't think is part of the song originally. I think he kind of just ad-libbed it and feeling it. But that's an insane thing to say into a microphone. That is wild. I would never want to suck my own dick. Are you kidding me? Don't want to get herpes twice. No thanks. I'm good. OH. I'm gonna do two more. It's getting cold out, which sucks for me because I got to cook at home now because I hate the cold, right? Which as a white person, that sucks because the only thing I know how to season is depression. So that's not gonna be super fun for me. All right. So, I'm super addicted to caffeine. Anybody else addicted to caffeine? Yeah. Okay. What's your go-to? Coffee, tea, energy drinks? What's your vibe? Yeah. Coffee? Right, because you're not a sociopath, right? You don't drink energy drinks. Energy drinks I can't handle, mostly because I'm a pussy. But because the names of energy drinks just sound like different crimes. You know what I mean? It's like Monster, Bang, Red Bull, which I'm pretty sure is like tax evasion or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But I feel like at this point, though, energy drink names, they're so violent, you could just name one after a serial killer, and I don't think anybody would bat an eye at all. I think people would be kind of into it. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see this ad one day for an energy drink, like, are you tired? Well, wake up in the morning and grab yourself a can of Ted Bundy. It'll give you the strength of 4, count them, 4 college co-eds. It's nuts. I know he's a very bad man. I know, I can't believe he did all those things. Dude, I feel like, shut up. I feel like the people that drink a bunch of Monster energy drinks are the same people that title all the videos on Pornhub. You know what I mean? No? All right. It's just like the same manic, disrespectful energy and all that. Like one time I was scrolling and jacking it, and I saw this title, and the title was Dumb College Girl Has Sex. I was like, whoa, 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 why she gotta be dumb? You know what I mean? Like, can't she just be a college girl? There's literally nothing wrong with having sex. It's fine. Right? Like, it doesn't say community college girl has sex. It's just a regular four-year university. I do think, though, those titles of those videos are, they're only ever disrespectful towards women. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, right? Like, you never see a title that's like, Big Dicked Idiot Gets Once in a Lifetime Opportunity. You know, you never see it. Hey, that's it for me, everybody. I'm Dan. Enjoy the rest of the show!
Keep that going. Come on, keep the applause. Till I get it. Dan Seabree. And one more time for your Realtor, Ginson Speich. Well, all I could think of when he was up here, if the skipper from Gilligan's Island smoked a lot of pot and was putting rum in those coconut drinks, Ginson Speich. And I think I'm going to talk to Dan after the show. He seems like a good person to buy some pot from because, no, seriously, as I'm thinking of smoking more pot as I get older. And but I got to find some old school pot, some old sticky weed pot, some old, put it on an album cover, separate the seeds. Sticky pot, not the current, hypogenic, cultured, supercalifragilistic bullshit, chemically enhanced stuff they got going on now. I smoked some the other day, and it was a friend of mine, and I about lost my mind afterwards. And I said, "What did you give me?" He said, "Oh, dude, that's called White Widow." And I went, Jesus. Next time, start me off on something a little easier, like, I don't know, soccer mom. Single dad with kids. See, something simple, because that was crazy. Are you ready for your next comedians? Josh Uminski's coming up here in a little bit. Yeah. But first, a guy that's done this show a lot of times, and I'm thrilled that he keeps coming back to do it. He's one of my favorites in the professional ranks. Please welcome my friend, Mr. Adrian Cosby.
There is a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. Dino, I got you with the weed, not Dan. He gets it from me. You can find me at Cosby Comedy. That's my website. I was like, he's not going to need it. I realized, because he said, Ginson did the joke. I don't even want to do this, but Ginson did the joke earlier. I'm Adrian Cosby. I'm the Cosby he was talking about earlier when you guys were all like, oh, right, yeah. So you don't have to cover your drinks. I'm not that kind of Cosby. And I know it's kind of a young crowd. Some of you ladies probably don't even understand that reference. I would like to buy you a drink after the show and explain it to you. Do not be a victim. That is the message tonight. All right, this is just my intro time. All right, so when I was asked to do this show, I said I've already done it 4 times in every city in Ohio. The show, I've had more sex than that. But I said I'd do it, and I sat at the meeting, and I met my other Josh, and he said, listen, when I get out there, I want to start talking about my dick right away. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Uminski.
What's up? So I'm Josh Uminski. Some of you know me as the team leader at Keller Williams Capital Partners. Some of you know me, this mic's fucked up, as Fun Josh, or the guy who likes to have a good time. Some of you, since I've taken the team leader role, have started calling me Not Fun Josh. And that's not real cool, man. I can honestly say that Fun Josh, he's up here tonight, he's excited to be a comedian. Not Fun Josh, well, he's about to shit his pants. So for those of you who don't know what the team leader role is, it's kind of like the CEO of the office. It's more of a 9-to-5 type gig. I have real responsibilities. It's what people outside of real estate, it's what people who are not real estate agents, it's what all of our moms would call a real job. That's right. I thought I wanted a real job, so I took the team leader role. Now I'm really looking for a career. So I'm doing comedy. My friends, when I took the team leader role, they were kind of assholes. They started calling me NFJ. I didn't know what the fuck that stood for. But it meant Not Fun Josh. NFJ. Not Fun Josh, I know. Real original. I didn't say they were smart. They are realtors. But they told me, they said they missed Fun Josh, that now I'm too serious, I don't have a good time, I wear my hat forward. They said they missed Fun Josh, the guy who used to let loose with them, the guy who would have a good time, the guy who showed up with his hat backwards. Fuck it. Barker, I might need a job Monday. Just saying, you talked me into this shit. So Fun Josh is the guy who wants to make sure everybody's having a good time. He wants to make sure everybody has a drink in their hand. That's Fun Josh. Not Fun Josh likes to sit at home with his 2 cats. I got 2 pussy cats. Fun Josh is the guy who loves to do shots of Fireball and yell 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Not Fun Josh. Well, he likes to drink black coffee. Ain't nothing fun about black coffee. So Fun Josh, he's the guy when his mentors keep telling him he should invest in real estate, he decides to invest in bar tabs instead. I spent $700 last week at YPN. One night, no bullshit. So not Fun Josh did not think it was cool when his buddy thought it would be funny to take a picture of the Epcot ball at Disney and make it look like it was mine. Got the angle just right to make it look like that big old ball was mine. Not cool, Ginson, not cool. I don't have big ball. I got big balls. You're bad. So, but somebody along the line must have knew that. Somebody had to have told somebody, because when they interviewed me, they had to know when they interviewed me for the TL role, the team leader role. So they told me when they interviewed me that they wanted somebody who had a firm grip on his membership. That's right. Yeah, they told me they wanted somebody who was well-rounded. Now, I'm not even making this up. But they told me that they wanted somebody who was not sacrilegious. I couldn't believe it. They made me interview almost 30 times for this job. Could not believe it. Almost 30 times, I shit you not. I know, right? Nuts. But I guess that's why we work so well together now in a day and age in society where you can't find a motherfucker to work. They had the audacity to interview me almost 30 times. And Michelle, that's when it dawned on me. Bill? Fuck, they got big balls too. I'm Josh Uminski. If you got the balls, vote for me for board of directors.
Well. Are you guys having a good time so far? Make some noise if you are. People up top, how are you doing? I feel like you've been neglected on that. How are you doing up there? That's what I was looking for, the ladies. The ladies are up there. Guys, why did I find a vial of cocaine in the bathroom just a few minutes ago? I know you guys are fucking rich, but I said, Dino, is this yours? He said, hi. No. I said, I think it's cocaine. He said, how do you know? I said, I know it's cocaine. I hope I didn't get anyone fired. But when I said that, whoever was tapping their pockets real quick, that's how you know. Any runners in here tonight? Anybody here? Runners? No, you're just drinkers? I used to be a drinker, but now I'm a runner. And I went to my first 5K not too long ago, and it was pre-pandemic, but it seems like it was just the other day. It left a real mark on me because it looked like all of you guys. It was literally a bunch of white people that looked like they were dressed up to go drinking. They had makeup on, glitter on their face, spandex head to toe. They had thongs sticking up out of the back. And the women are dressed nice too. But that's when I got racially profiled, guys, when I got out of my car. I was just sitting there smoking a joint. And I get out and I see people looking at me and they're like, oh, he is at least 50% not white. Oh. He's probably here to win the race. Oh. I could see the look of disappointment on their face. They're like, ah. Oh. They're throwing up their hands. They're like, ah, he's here. Oh. They started tapping their watches. They're like, this means how did he get here on time? But I'm biracial, you know, I don't know. I show up early. Now, this is where things got interesting, guys, because when I got to the starting line, I could hear people whispering, he's here to win the race. He's here. Nobody knows him. Nobody knows him. But the guy that was going to start the race had a starter's pistol, and I know it's not a real gun. But you're not supposed to point it at people. He's pointing at people. Why don't you guys get with them and run over there? I'm like, take it easy, Alec Baldwin. Dangerous. But he finally shoots the gun. We start running. I won the fucking race. I didn't mean to. I even got lost after a quarter mile and had to wait for some people past me. They showed me where the finish was. But I'm sponsoring my own 5K race, and I want you guys to join up. You can go to my website, Cosby Comedy. I mentioned it earlier. Sponsor my own 5K race because this race that I ran in seemed a little dirty. It was a race to raise money for diabetes, but it was sponsored by Phil's Donuts. So I'm trying to do something a little bit more productive. I started calling around for a sponsor. I finally found a sponsor when I called the NRA, the National Rifle Association. So I'm trying to raise money for a good cause. They said, what's your good cause? And I hadn't thought about it yet. So I just blurted out, gun violence awareness. They're like, that's not really our thing. And I was like, no, you don't understand. We're just going to raise money for gun violence awareness. We're not trying to stop it. No, we just know that it's happening, and we want people to be aware. So the race is called Run for Your Life. I need more runners if you can sign up. Lots of shooters. Are there any power realtor couples in here tonight? Is there like a power couple in realty here in Columbus? Are they clapping for themselves? You're pointing at them right now? Okay. All right. Or is he taking a selfie of himself? He's like, I'm a power couple unto myself. Any new couples in realty? You guys hook up with your other coworkers? Is that what happens when you get in the business? Asking for a friend. The reason I ask, guys, is because I wonder if you guys are out there swiping left, swiping right like the rest of the dredges of society that are single trying to find a mate. That's too fast. You got to take your time if you're trying to find a mate. Don't rush it. I've made this mistake in real time. I met a girl after a show in Virginia Beach, and I was like, hey, this is going really good, but I don't want to invite you back to my hotel room, so how about this? How about you just fly to Des Moines, Iowa next weekend where I'll be doing shows, and we'll spend the weekend together and get to know each other. And she was like, okay. I was like, that should have been my first clue, right? We're in Virginia Beach, and she's willing to vacation in Des Moines, Iowa. That's like I meet one of you ladies after the show tonight, and I'm like, you want a vacation in Chillicothe? It's lovely this time of year. But she did. I flew her out to Des Moines, Iowa the next week, and I picked her up at the airport on a Friday before the shows, and I've been driving all day. I hadn't eaten anything. I was like, yeah, you want to get something to eat? I'm kind of hungry. And she said, I'm starving. And I was like, okay, cool. That's what this weekend's going to be about. We're going to get to know each other because I don't know what your favorite food is. I don't know what your favorite restaurant is. What are you in the mood for? What do you want to eat? And she said, listen, I've been flying for like 3.5 hours. I drove for 13. But I didn't say that. She said, I've been flying for like 3.5 hours. How about this? How about you act like a man? How about you act like a man and you pick a place, okay? Okay. Now, I didn't know her that well. I had not taken the time that it takes to get to know somebody. And if you're wondering how long that is, it's about 3,500 hours. Yeah, that's about right. That's about how much time you have to spend continuously with somebody before you realize that all the lies and bullshit they've been telling you to cover up their craziness. But now you can make an educated decision if their craziness matches with your craziness. I didn't take that time. That's when I found out she had a condition. A medical condition. A lot of people in here have friends and loved ones who have the same medical condition, where if they don't eat every hour and a half, they become a different fucking person. Doctors have named this condition, and you guys, I'm hearing you say it already, you already know the name of this condition. If you become so hungry that you become angry, they combine those words and they call it cunt. Right, you guys get it, thank you. That's my time. I'm Adrian Cosby.
One more time, Adrian Cosby. And because I print horribly, one more time for Josh Uminski. Everything's getting worse as I get older. My printing, my reading, I can't read. I'm getting far more easily influenced by what I see on television, on late night, and on the internet. I'll give you an example. I don't know when it happened exactly, but now I'm pretty sure I drank the toxic water at Camp Lejeune. When the commercials first came out, I wasn't worried, but then I kept seeing them over and over again, emails on my computer, late night commercials over and over again. I started thinking, I've been to North Carolina. I picked up a hitchhiker. He was in the military. I drank out of his canteen. I have cancer. But the good news is I no longer have mesothelioma. So let's wrap things up, shall we, with our fourth and final competitors of the evening. Yes? You're going to enjoy Nathan Price. But to give him a proper introduction, please welcome our professional comedian, Mr. Simon Fraser.
Hey guys, how about another round of applause for Dino, everyone, for hosting and being a great host. And a round of applause for the servers as well tonight. Can we get a round of applause for the servers? Please tip them generously. I'm from England. My name's Simon. I'm from England, but I moved to Columbus 2 years ago. I love it. It's like Cincinnati, but even worse. I was down in the German village recently. It's like a real German village. If the Germans had lost a third war, so. No, you know how you know it's a real German village? Because they keep the Jews segregated in Bexley, 10 miles away. All right, are you guys excited for Nathan Price, everyone? He is hilarious. He is completely clean. You're going to love him. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Price.
All right, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Yeah. God, thanks, guys. Hey, first off, thanks everyone for coming out tonight. This is like beyond what we thought was going to happen, so thank you so much. It's not until you get a hot mic in your hand you realize you don't know how to hold this thing. Like, I'm like this. Do I do it up here? Because I saw that earlier, but that was weird. Do you cup the ball? End up being 3:30 in the morning. You're at Columbus Gold. You got no money. Your phone's flat dead. You don't know how you're getting home. But you look across at your affiliate, and you both got two big old booty cheeks just clapping right in your face. Booty sweat all over the place. Yeah, been there. Yeah. Affiliates. And that's what I call real estate. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. So after a night like this, it's almost inevitable that you time it up with something important, something you got to be polished for, like a client event. And usually that same affiliate that was by your side the night before is the one that's going to be at the client event with you, handing out the candy canes, patting the babies on the head. You know it's true. And you'd only think, you're across the room and you lock eyes with your affiliate, and they've got their family there too. It always happens. But you know that you have that sacred bond with them, that a mere 8 hours earlier, you had big old booty cheeks just clapping. Yeah, all day, baby. All tig old biddies. You said it. So I ride motorcycles. Yep. Got a big old Harley. It's got the loudspeakers. I'm the asshole that rides around with it maxed out. That is me. One time my girlfriend's parents came into town, and we were going to an event, special occasion the next day. But I was nervous, super nervous. So one of the ways I get my anxieties out is I jerk off. Yeah, no kidding, like for real. So it's the morning of, I think I have enough time, so I start doing this, queued up a video on my phone, and I get a knock on the door. It's my girlfriend. She's like, hey, we gotta go, we're late. So I'm like, don't have time to finish this. Put the phone back in my pocket, go downstairs. We're gonna take the bike because it's a nice day. So I hop on the bike, turn it on. Bluetooth fires right up, without a doubt. And there is moaning coming out of those speakers. It was deafening. The title that I chose to watch for this said performance was Guy Has Sex with Girlfriend's Mom. I know, filthy. But, no, not a good look. So, the next thing that comes out of the speakers very loud is, oh, Patricia, you fuck me so much better than your daughter. So I look over at my girlfriend's mom, Patricia, who faints. And in a moment of panic, I hadn't had time to finish before, but I came. Yeah. So needless to say, I'm not going to be invited to the next funeral the family has. Ooh. With that being said, my name's Nathan Price. I am single, I'm ready to mingle, and I don't wear protection. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Nathan Price, everyone. Wow. As a side hustle, I work at Columbus Gold, and I didn't know Nathan knew I had such big old booty cheeks, so that's very kind of you to say. What a set, right? That was great. Like I said, my name's Simon. I am from England, but I've lived in America for like 6 years now. And I know I've lived in America for too long because last week I was at a bar and I heard another British guy talking. And my first thought when I heard his voice was, why are you talking? like an idiot. He was like, oh yeah, mate, me and the geezers, we're well knackered from the weekend. We saw some fit birds, sang some pints, had some proper naughty banter in it. I was like, those aren't real words. Speak English, motherfucker. This is America. He started speaking to me. He was like, are you excited for Manchester United to play football on the weekend? I said, it's called soccer. Learn the language or get out. You revolutionary war-losing piece of shit. He was like, oi, mate, you're being a bit of a cunt. I said, we don't use that word over here. You twat. Love America, man. Love it. Love everything about America. Fahrenheit? Oh, my God. Dude, Fahrenheit... Fahrenheit fucks. Like, you tell me it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit, I am like, great. It is 70% hot. You tell me it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 50% hot. 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 100% hot. And if it's any hotter than that, it's too hot. You tell me it's 14 degrees Celsius, I have no idea what to do with that information. Do I need a jacket? Can I wear shorts? Will it snow? Who is the Prime Minister? This is how stupid Celsius is as a system. This is how stupid Celsius is as a system. 69 degrees Fahrenheit to 71 degrees Fahrenheit are all 22 degrees Celsius. Anyone who has ever lived with someone who likes it a little bit colder at night will tell you there is a big fucking difference between 69 degrees Fahrenheit and 71 degrees Fahrenheit. You change the thermostat 1 degree from 69 to 70, they will break into your room at 3 a.m. They're like, did you change the fucking thermostat? I am sweating. I have a big day tomorrow, and you've ruined it. All these people who love Celsius, as the media calls them incels, they'll be like, oh no, Celsius so much better because water freezes at 0 degrees, boils at 100 degrees. So much simpler, so much better. You know how I know when water freezes? When it turns to ice. You know how I know when water boils? When it starts going like this. You don't need British thermometers when you have American eyes. USA! USA. USA. Love it, man. Love it here in Columbus. I like living in Ohio because it's so easy to impress people from Ohio. Because all you need to do to impress people from Ohio, you just got to know one thing about the place in Ohio where they're from. Like a couple of months ago, I was on a date with a girl from Toledo. Hold your applause. And I was like, tell me something interesting about Toledo. And she was like, well, it's known as the glass-blowing capital of America. I was like, that is so interesting. And then a month later, I was on a date with another girl from Toledo. And I was like, no way. The glass-blowing capital of America? And she was like, how did you know that? And I was like, I had sex with your sister. So it's nice to see the two of you together for the first time. No, I am from England. Anyone here from another country, by the way, make some noise? Where are you from, ma'am? Over here, where are you from? Mexico, no way. Did you know the capital of Mexico is Mexico City? You want to know how I knew that? I had sex with your brother, so it flips every time. Now, that's a little trick I learned when I was 18. I learned the capital of every country because I was very eager to lose my virginity. Looked really fun from the online tutorials. And talking about adult pornography, my preferred genre of pornography. And I read on Yahoo News that women like a well-traveled man. So I was like, fake it till you make it. I learned the capital of every country just so I could lose my virginity. There are 196 countries. 195 if you're anti-Semitic. I learned the capital of everyone, and I'll prove it to you right now. Yell out any country, I'll give you its capital, just so I can lose my virginity. Colombia, Bogota. Romania, Bucharest. Kazakhstan, Astana. 2 more countries. Guam, a province of the United States, so Washington, D.C., baby. Let's go, America. 2 more countries. Nepal, Kathmandu. 1 more. Sierra Leone, Freetown. In other news, I lost my virginity to a prostitute. Who saw that one coming? Not I. I was 18. I had just graduated high school. I actually went to boarding school, and you guys know what boarding school is, right? Yeah, gay high school. So would have lost it earlier, but your brother was a few years ahead of me. So no. I'll leave you with this. I live in Columbus now. I've lived here for 2 years, and I have friends in New York. They're like, "Oh, you live in Columbus? That's gross." And look, we may not have the biggest reputation because we don't have an NFL team and we don't have an NBA team. But I'll tell you what we do have. We have a AAA baseball team that does hot dogs for a dime every other Tuesday. So how about you New Yorkers shut your traffic having, Uber surging, $4,000 for one apartment having, landlord capping, subway stabbing, urine smelling, no golf course having, 1 hour wait to get to the airport, waiting in mines, and you come on out to Columbus and you go to town hall and you order an IPA for $5 and you look around at all the waitresses and you say, damn, they bad. Columbus, Ohio. Greatest city in the world.
One more time for Simon Fraser. And his protege, Nathan Price. I love the fact that he asked if anybody was from another country. Years ago, I asked that same question during the show, and some guy yelled out, West Virginia. Not entirely wrong. Did you guys have a good time tonight? Again, many thanks to Mike Barker and Sarah Miller and everybody who put together Last Realtor Standing. Give them a nice big round of applause. Our 10th show and a huge success this evening. Now comes the time where you, the audience, have a say as to who will walk away with the gold. So, without further ado, let's bring up our comedy professionals and their excellent Realtor mentors, Henry Allen and Kristi Woolard. Bring them up. Dan Seabree and Ginson Speich. Adrian Cosby and Josh Uminski. Simon Fraser and Nathan Price. And also bring up Mike Barker, Sarah Miller here that I will consult with here when we do the clap off, the yell off, the scream off, whatever you want to call it. Just don't do not the jack off because the staff has to clean up after the show. So don't do that. All right, here we go. All right, let's get an even keel right here. Shh. And let's start fresh. Go from 0 to whatever we go to. All right. By applause, your first couple this evening, Henry Allen and Kristi Woolard. Standing up in the front row. All right. Nicely done. Your second duo, professional comedian Dan Seabree and Ginson Speich. Comedy duo number 3, Adrian Cosby and Josh Uminski. And finally, Simon Frazier and Nathan Price. All right, we got to clap off for two of the 4 contestants. So don't clap yet. Don't clap yet. I would like Henry Allen and Kristi Woolard to step forward. I would also like Dan Seabree and Ginson Speich to step forward. A credit to both of these professional comedians for taking the time and the effort to work with their... Aww. All right. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do this in reverse this time. By applause, Dan Seabree and Ginson Speich. The professor and Marianne. Yes. All right. Come back down and start fresh. Henry Allen and Kristi Woolard. Henry's like, they're chanting. That counts. That counts. What's that? Bottle fight? I was going to say wrestle, but, yeah. All right, let me do it. Let me do it in reverse. One more time for Kristi Woolard. And one more time for Ginson Speich. Okay. Everybody did a great job, but I think Ginson Speich is your winner this evening for Last Realtor Standing.
All right, thank you all. I really appreciate this. This has been such a fucking great experience. Like, these guys, and you know what? Look at this crowd. We have raised so much money for charity. That's what it's all about. Clap it up for you guys. Like, come on. You guys came out for us, and we've raised so much money for a good cause. And we had a good time, and thank you all very much. And no, thank you all. Like, this is great. Dino, you're old.
And Ginson, you're high. So, high and old. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Ginson Speich, your champion. And please, one more big round of applause for Kristi Woolard, Josh Uminski, Nathan Price, and our professionals, Henry Allen, Dan Seabury, come on, Adrian Cosby, Simon Frazier. On behalf of Mike Barker, Sarah Miller, and everybody involved with Last Realtor Standing, a pleasure to be your host once again. My name is Dino Tripodis. Good night, and God bless. See ya.